Hello and welcome to the Health and Safety Expert 2016 training video. In this first video we're going to have a quick look at the options on the main menu, and then we're going to show you how to get a project started. So first off, a quick look through the buttons on the menu. So on the left hand side we have the New Project button, which I'm just going to click on. And in here you can manually create a health and safety project. I could give it a name. Select the type of project the job is going to be. Click OK, and that will then create my health and safety project. In this location, it shows you where the project will be saved. By default, this is normally in your Documents folder under Health and Safety Projects. The second way you can create a project is, of course, to pull the data in from Estimator Express. So we can click on the button that says Import Estimate. This shows you a list of the estimates. You can choose the one that is relevant. Select the estimate and click OK. Once again, it will show you where this project will be saved. The Open Project button allows you to open up any existing projects you've already created. And you'll also notice here on the right hand side is a list of the most recent projects that you have been in. The help link will actually take you to these health and safety videos on the internet. The Backups button allows you to back up your Health and Safety Expert data. Now this is not a backup of your actual projects, it is a backup of your details and all the additional information that you've added to Health and Safety Expert, such as clients' addresses, subcontractors' addresses, local authorities, etc. and any modifications that you have made to things like risk assessments, COSHs, etc. The Restore button allows you to import this data. So this function is very handy if you have multiple licenses of the software, or if you want to move your software from one machine to the other. It saves you having to re-input all that data. When you click on Backup and Continue, it actually gives you various options where you can send the backup to. My computer will then use your Windows Explorer browser to be able to save the data on your hard disk or onto a USB drive or network folder, etc. We also have links to OneDrive, Dropbox and Google Drive if you have those installed on your computer. The final link on the main menu takes you to the online training courses that we have available through VideoTile. These videos will give you certification for a wide variety of tasks that you may come across in construction. I'll just click on the link to show you the web page. Each course is per person and does have a cost, but that will then give each person who registers a certificate which is RoSPA assured for each of these various risks. Okay, so let's create a new project. I'm going to create one from scratch, so I'm going to have New Project, Mr. Smith, and my project type will be a house. I'll then click OK. And this now brings us to the project details screen of Health and Safety Expert. So this is the home screen for your health and safety project. You'll notice in the bottom section here we've put lots of useful links to the HSC, to a variety of commonly required pieces of information, and of course things like the HSC F10 notification, which now has to be done online. In the top section you need to fill in your project details. Start off with a name, a project reference, it could be a number, a road number, whatever is relevant to you. And then once you've done that, you then need to fill in the details of the assorted duty holders. So first off, you need a client. You can click on this drop down here, and this will show any existing clients, or you can click on the button on the right hand side, which is the Edit button, which will allow us to add further clients. This gives me a list of existing clients, and I can click on the Add button, and we then have the New Contact screen. Fill in the details for your client. course, this may be a private person or it may be a company. And then fill in their details. You will of course fill in the email, and you could also put a website in here if it is a commercial client. Though in this list here, you'll see that when you've added a contact, you can actually click who they are. So in this case, it would just be a client. Okay, you could add in somebody such as yourself later on, that you might be the contractor. You could also be the director, you could be the designer, etc. So one address could actually be applied to multiple different people where relevant. Once you've added your address, click OK. I can then select this person by clicking OK, and he now appears as the client. The site address, OK, I can click on existing people, or again I can click on the add button at the end. The site address, I can see here my clients, and the site address could be the same. So if the site address is the same as the client's address, I could just choose this person. Or it could be that the client's address is different from the site address, in which case I would click on the add button and create another set of client details that can be used for the site address. The building company most typically would be yourselves. So again, once you've put yourselves in, you should always be in this drop-down list. The health and safety director, again, will probably be somebody within your company. So you can choose that person. And then you have questions like principal designer. Now, again, if you're a design and build company, this could be yourself, or once again, it could be an architect that you need to add to the paperwork, in which case you click on the edit button on the right-hand side for the address book, click on add if it's a new person, and once again, fill in the details of that designer. Remember that once you've put someone in here, they will then be there to use again in the future. So initially you will find that you're filling in a lot of addresses and contact details for people that you deal with. But people who you deal with regularly, you of course only have to do this once. Principal contractor, again it's quite likely to be yourself, or it could be a third party. So once again, either select yourselves or choose a third party contractor. And then of course you need to put in your HSE. So for this you would click on the button, and all the UK HSEs are listed in here. You would find your local HSE. In our case that's HSE Bristol. Click OK, and that's now selected them. So just before we leave first video, one quick thing to show you on the tools menu. A very common question is, how do you add in your company logo to the software? Very simple. You click on Tools on the top menu and Options. Click on Logos, and you then click on this button on the right hand side here. This will then allow you to browse and look for where you have a company logo. Which you can then select. And you can also change your current logo as well. Some people will use Health and Safety Xpert for a couple of different companies that they run. So you can actually, if you are changing logo from one project to the other, when you right click on this bottom screen, you can update to the current logo. So if you do find that you have several companies that you're producing the health and safety paperwork for, and we know a lot of our customers actually own quite a few different building companies, you can change the logo and then change the logo for the project by going right click and update.